you'd like my help. If you help us, we'll be generous. If you betray us, we'll kill one of your miscreant scientists. Maybe don't lead with that in your negotiations. Maybe keep that as an ace up your sleeve. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here today, playing Sigma Theory in the futury global Cold War of emergent technologies that we need to get our hands on before the rest of the world does and tip the balance of power in our favor rather than theirs. And we're going to be handed some super secret James Bond-like spies to do it. So that's going to be cool. Sigma Theory releases on April 18th. This is not out yet. I did receive a key to this from the developers, so thank you to those folks for that. But I did leave a link to the Steam page down below if you want to check out Sigma Theory for yourself. So let's just dive right into some Sigma Theory. At this point, just messing around by myself. I've put in about an hour or so. I've played it long enough to fail at it. So, we see where this is going to go. But let's see if I can do any better on my second attempt. Let's jump into some Sigma Theory and see if we can save the world. And the game needs to know a little bit about us. I don't know if John Doe really works, although it is the super secret spy game. I probably should have as anonymous a name as possible. How about just Dave Doe? There we go. And we have to choose an allegiance. What country are we starting out in? What country are we aligned to? US, obviously. We'll find it easier to persuade scientists to work for them. Every single country's got a little different attribute. The first Russian scientist performs particularly well. Good. How about China? First agent recruited by China is a master of martial arts. That could come in handy. India, diplomatic relations with other countries are moving to a higher level. Alright, so we're going to be basically friendlier with everyone else. That could be really important. How about France? The first agent recruited should be an expert in seduction. Oh, not even trying to break the stereotype there. How about the British? First agent recruited will always be loyal to their country. Oh yes, stiff upper lip and all that. Germany? First German scientist can work in any specialty. That could be super handy to be able to bounce someone around like that. First agent recruiter will become an expert in firearms. Recruiter will become a master of disguise. And first Japanese scientist cannot be seduced or turned to work for an external power. Ooh, okay. So once we get that first Japanese scientist, that man or woman is locked in. It's going to be very hard to turn them away. I kind of like the idea of Master of Disguise, just because, it's super secret spy stuff. I think that would be fun. So the first agent we recruit, and we're going to do that in a sec, will become a Master of Disguise. Sure, this is probably like the worst country to pick if you're an expert at Sigma Theory, and there are plenty of people who are. But yeah, I want to pick Korea, because that sounds fun. I want to be a Master of Disguise. Great, lock that in, and then what? Then we have to choose our spouse, which is different. I don't recall choosing a spouse in another game. Alright, well, you can be a woman, that's fine. It's 2019, we're not judging anything, but let's play it like real life. So that's a woman, and I choose a country of origin for her. Well, what are the different profiles? We don't really have any specific profiles, we're just choosing a profile picture. Oh, well, like Thea, I don't mind a little punk rock in my life. Yeah, you know what? I don't even need to go through the rest. Thea's locked in. I like German punk rock chick. Yep, absolutely. Go with that. All right, all of that is all set. I don't know why my wife has a different last name than me, but again, it's 2019. We're not judging. It's an open kind of thing like that. Next! I probably should have chosen wiser in my home country, because now I'm going to have a bunch of names I'm going to have a very, very difficult time pronouncing. I ordered your recruitment. I'll be your superior. You see how I just completely blew past the name there? I ordered your recruitment. I'll be your superior for the next few months. You'll be directly accountable to me as a specialist in both field operations and delicate diplomatic negotiations. Oh, good. Your place is at the head of counter-espionage, but the South Korean government has an even more important mission for you. Several days ago, the scientific community developed the Sigma Theory, a scientific method capable of producing rapid advances with the potential to throw the world into chaos. We'll see the emergence of new weapons with unimaginable destructive power, as well as tools that can influence the economy, society, energy, transport, and even the human mind. Our civilization will change beyond recognition. They want me to monopolize the Sigma tech and be the country that controls it. Fair enough. That's kind of what I thought we were going to be doing. Discover these Sigma technologies with the best scientists at your side. Do what you must. Now that seems a little open-ended there, lady. That seems like maybe shooty some people too. Gather a team of agents, use persuasion, diplomacy, and force to acquire those technologies. We have 2 in our own labs. All right, so we are starting the game with 2, or at least starting to start the game with 2. We've given you a surveillance drone and a combat drone to assist in your field missions, have access to diplomatic support to conduct negotiations, transferring you to our tactical operations. Excellent, let's go be tactical. Now we get to choose some people. So what do we get? We get 4 slots. We have 4 agents that we can recruit. And if I'm remembering correctly, one of them can be elite, which is super good. Are you the elite guy? Is that why you have an exclamation mark over your head? I don't think you are. Oh, and P.S. I've put about an hour into this so far. I played a little bit on my own, and I played just long enough to unlock some of the other characters. So if you're seeing agents who aren't traditionally on the opening screen, that's why. I've unlocked a couple as time has gone on here. So we've got intelligence and strength. Pretty straightforward stuff there. And you, agent whole bunch of 8s, what's your deal? Lived 1,000 lives and 1,000 adventures. Okay. Stolen suitcases full of cash, casinos, posted a selfie of himself dancing on the British Prime Minister's desk. You've got traits, though. Traits, what do you got? You're a seducer. Okay. So you would be good at, well, seduction would be my first guess. You're loyal. You will never resign, no matter how far you're pushed. That could be super handy, but you're stubborn, accustomed to working alone. This agent may not always obey my orders during exfiltrations. Okay. What about Sean Connery over here, Tiger? What's your deal? You are a knife fighter, especially proficient with blades. You're a survivor, toughened by training or previous traumas. Very difficult to break under interrogation. So if you get captured, good, because you probably won't break. All right, and you're an eel. If an extraction operation needs to be aborted, this agent's 6th sense for pursuers makes them especially elusive. And you've got 5 and 6 in intelligence and strength, so you're kind of splitting the difference here. You're kind of right down the middle. You're not lopsided like Mystery here. Super intelligent, but can't pick up a couple of pieces of paper without fainting. And anything else I need to know about you, Tiger, a.k.a. Sean Connery? You are a skilled soldier. You specialize in survival in extreme environments. You had to eat his dog. You had to eat your dog, man? And dig tunnels 4 meters deep to find water? Oh, dear. Oh, that's terrible. I'd like to recruit you. I promise you won't have to eat any more dogs. That's just awful. All right, Tiger's in. Great. Who else do we want? I kind of want to, well, actually, Scar, you're kind of right down the middle, too. I've learned virtually nothing in my first hour of playthrough, except that, it's very difficult to fail this game. But the only thing, if I have anything to pass on, it's that I kind of went into the game initially thinking it would be great to have some lopsided people, but I feel it's better to have people who are kind of splitting the difference and mid-range in both skills. Like, Scar here, what's your deal? Oh, you're a master of disguise. We're wicked good at that, Scar, by the way. We're wicked good at disguise. Survivor again. Okay. Omerta. Completely unbreakable. Never reveal compromising information. Oh, I like you. Puppet Master. More effective at convincing foreign scientists to defect to your country. Cool. And you're a smuggler. You'll have no trouble finding weapons in enemy territory. Oh, you're in, Scar. Yeah, you're totally in. I like you already. Now, you are an elite, aren't you? Oh, no, I have to convince you to work with me. I'm sorry. Give me one good reason why I should work with you. Okay, hang on. Let me just read your biography. I can usually get some clues in that. Ideological reasons, quickly became involved with the police. He was so reliable that he was assigned to the most delicate undercover operations, criminal gangs, tribal clans. His last mission was a failure. He used his own ingenuity to escape after being imprisoned and tortured, but he will never be the same again. Okay. All right. Usually I can find little clues in their bios to figure out how to convince you. You'll be able to escape your destiny. That might play to his, captured and being tortured thing. Or time to forget the past and make yourself anew. That sounds like that might be the right answer here. We're going to make a great team. Okay, yeah. Go through the bio. Usually you can find the clue there. That's my only other piece of advice there. Okay, Scar's in. Super. So we got Sean Connery and Scar. How about, Espoir? from France. Now, you are an elite, aren't you? Yes, you've got your little elite thing here. What makes you so elite, Espoir? Well, you've got a heck of a lot of traits for a start. You are indeed elite, yep. So expensive that to hire one that your superiors will only approve having one on your team. You're pacifist. May refuse to carry out orders that they deem too brutal. But you're also a black belt. Highly effective in unarmed combat. You're honest. You are good at exfiltration. See, that's really, really handy, but I think that's going to kind of conflict with the pacifist thing, because exfiltrations can go squirrely. This agent can complete such operations more quickly than their peers. And Eel, again, we saw that with Sean Connery up there. Who else is elite that I might want to get my hands on here? Well, there's Shiva down here, but Shiva's very, very lopsided. All about the strength, not so much on the intelligence. You're kind of dumb as a bag of bricks, aren't you? You're bloodthirsty, you're a remorseless killer. Running away is not an option for this agent, okay? And you're a nag. A callous disregard for using firearms in public areas, disregarding the potential for collateral damage. That's not what nagging means. That's what open gunfire means. Why do you think that means nagging? You and I use nag in a completely different way. Okay, you're my only other elite right now, so going back to Espoir here, because Espoir, although the pacifist thing concerns me, everything else is really good, and I love the idea of exfiltration expert. Alright, let me just go through your bio here. Specialized in an international lawyer in the most hopeless cases, acquitting the bloodiest dictators and the most violent warmongers. Okay. And it was also she who submitted the evidence charge in the first place. Fair enough. All right, I have a feeling I'm going to have to talk to you. Yeah, I kind of thought I might have to. All right. So you're kind of a goody two-shoes, Espoir. I would probably think you want to build a better world. Yeah, I think, she would be a perfect agent if it weren't for her philosophical doctrine. Let's build a better world, you and me. You've just recruited the best agent there is. Okay, she's in. One more to lock in. Who do we want? How about Noble here? What's your deal? You're very smart. Intelligence of 7. Not as strong, but not completely tanked out in strength. You are a puppet master. We've seen that before. Convincing foreign scientists to defect your country. That's literally exactly what we want to do, so we're going to kind of focus on that. Methodical. Rigorous approach to even the most basic tasks usually returns excellent results, though it does make for slower operations. So you're going to take longer to do things, but you're going to be better at them. You are anonymous. No hacker is better at covering their tracks than this agent. Oh, so you're a hacker. Okay, fair enough. Their intrusions will never be traced, but you're also high profile. Your cover is higher profile than most and needs to be especially careful when moving between countries. Okay, so you're anonymous on a computer, but high profile in the real world. Fair enough. What's your basic bio here? In 2 months, she'll be forced to marry the Raja of a neighboring state. Oh dear. Okay, that you're planning to flee, so I guess in 2 months we lose you. All right. Well, do I need to have a chat with you? Indeed I do. Indeed I do. Now, if you've got a forced marriage coming up, I bet you're going to want to escape your destiny. I bet that's exactly what you want to do. We're going to make a great team. Okay, little scan through the bios. Oh, and apparently I'm Recruiter of the Month. Good for me. All right, well, there's our team. Sean Connery and some other folks. Let's go see if we can save the world and bring all the emergent tech over to our side, so we're not really saving it, we're just securing it for us. Well, there's the world. Let's start moving some people around and figuring out who needs to go where. But before we do that, let's just take a look at our research here. What have we got going on right now? What did we walk in the door with? We have Kim Ok-song, and she's doctor, basically, and she's researching the health tree of the Sigma tech, working on Panacea. Synthetic substance stabilizes the life cycle of cells. Benefits are too numerous to count, starting with a cure for every known form of cancer. You should totally work harder on that, Kim Ok-song. Like, really, I know your specialty at 100% and you're doing it 2 times as fast. Can we bring this guy over? Kang Hyung-min, and you're into finance. Right, finance is a technology. That's kind of cool. You're working on stability. Predict financial market movements with 100% accuracy. Oh, yeah, okay, you should stick with that. Don't go over to the cure for cancer thing. Let's just make gobs and gobs of money. This could be the end of capitalism as we know it, for better or worse. Huh. All right, that's all we've got. We need somebody in robotics. We need somebody in neurosciences. We need somebody in astrophysics soon, because we're not really doing a heck of a lot with that. All right, let's see if we can send some agents around and see what we can find out. So, you. Yeah, noble. Where do I want to send you? You could go to Russia. You could go to, well, China, Turkey, Germany, etc., etc. Let's kind of spread some people out here. Drag you to Russia. You can fast travel. One turn it'll take you to get to Russia, but you're not going to have a gun when you get there. Okay. I think that's fair. I don't think you're a shooty person. So, and you could theoretically try and find a weapon when you get there. We'll do that. So you head that way. And you, Espoir, you... what if you went to France? You are French. Why don't you go to France? You might have better relations there. You're off to there. Ah, you, Scar. Okay, yes, the guy who got tortured, and we're kind of giving him redemption. Why don't you head off to, I don't know, the U.S.? Why don't you infiltrate that? It's going to take you a lot longer, but you'll have a gun when you get there. That's probably a good thing for you to be doing. And Sean Connery, where are we sending you? How about Turkey? Because why not? You're actually specifically a knife fighter. You don't need a gun. You're wicked good at knives. And then we got a couple of drones. Surveillance drone can be used to detect threats during an exfiltration. Okay. And a combat drone can be used to launch airstrikes quickly and discreetly. I don't think an airstrike is super discreet, but what if we sent, say, the surveillance drone along with Sean Connery? Because why not? And the tactical drone, send that over to the US with Scar. Okay, we put all our pieces in place. Everybody's moving. Everybody is doing a thing. Let's end the turn. 1 day passes, and we get a little daily report. Progress on the active projects. All right, so we made a little bit of progress in both of our fields there. You're in Moscow, you're in Paris, you're in Istanbul. Scar hasn't made it to the US yet. Great. Now, what do we actually need you guys to do while you're here? You got a lot of options. You could hack. Agent will attempt to hack and take control of an enemy drone. We should probably leave that for the actual hacker. The one with the forced marriage there. Use intellect. Oh, actually, your intellect is very high, but do we need to take control of an enemy drone right now? I feel that's not super necessary. What we could procure a weapon. We could try and find an untraceable black market weapon. That sounds great. And we're going to use strength for that, of which we're not a slouch. We could probably do that. But what we really should do is try and locate a Sigma scientist. Can we do recon? Could be good. That's why I sent you to France. There was a whole point behind that. Because you're already French, you already have an established network in this country. That's going to shave down some time. Great. Or we could go investigate Anne here. Who's Anne? Well, she's French. She's a diplomat. We could kind of check her out. But I think we should focus on the Sigma tech. Let's get that rocking and rolling. Why don't you use your intellect to locate some scientists? And that is going to take 2 days. You're going to give me a report in 2 days. You should be pretty decent at that with an intelligence of 7. Who else needed something to do? Sean Connery did. Now, you don't have any relations in Turkey. Why don't you... Do I want to take the time doing recon? I kind of do, because that's just going to increase the chance of success in subsequent missions. So anything else we do, we're going to be better at it here. Yeah, go ahead and do a recon. It's going to be 3 days. And every other country is trying to get that Sigma tech before we do. And you could totally hack things. You're wicked good at that. Wicked good. But why don't you... Oh, yeah, recon uses strength. Well, you're not a complete slouch in the strength department. And then you'll be really good. Maybe I should just put you right on to locating scientists. See how that plays out. Just see if you can find one. You're really smart. You're really smart. So send me a report in 3 days. Okay, I think that's all our pieces in place because you're actually not in the US yet. So we're waiting for you to get there. I think we have all our pieces moved. I think we can end this turn. Another day goes by. All right, what do we got? Progress, we're up to 12%. We're not a complete slouch in the Sigma technology. All right, what's going on now? You are still waiting to get to the US. Okay. Everyone here is already doing a thing, right? Yeah, you're doing recon. You are doing locating scientists, and you're doing your locating scientists. Okay. And I keep checking all the moving pieces here because it's not uncommon for me to forget to have somebody do something because, you know, ain't nobody tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay. All right. April 10th. What happens? More progress here. Okay. We've got some reports coming in. I was able to penetrate their research facility, and I think I collected all the information they need, but they spotted me. Alert level is up in France by 10%. But there's 2 targets. Okay. You found some scientists. One in finance, one in astrophysics. Okay. And you're in America. Great. I want to go talk to... Oh, hi. It's my wife. I heard you were a scientist head of the Sigma division. Accept my congratulations. Thanks. I'm kind of like moving super secret spies around the world, hun. Your love and support get me through my missions. I'll do my best to ensure my mission helps you achieve your professional goals, but I'm going to need your help in return. We're bartering with our own wife. Okay, we're playing like super secret spy negotiations with our own spouse. I know it annoys you. They entrusted me with this mission and not you. Oh, okay, is my spouse also a super secret spy? But given your position, you shouldn't be complaining. Well, if we're going down the negotiation route, I'm going to go down the negotiation route. So I'll help you, but you help me. That's what I'm hoping here. It's the game of politics, even though our relationship is a special one. So apparently it's an odd marriage where we're just sort of doing global political scheming and being married to each other. Whatever, relations with your leadership have improved by 5%. So, okay, great. Our home country likes us a little bit more. Super. Oh, hi, who the heck are you? Khalid al-Yazid. You represent the Caliphate of Levant, and you want to establish a fair, balanced Islamic republic in the countries ravaged for oil by the West. You'd like my help. If you help us, we'll be generous. If you betray us, we'll kill one of your miscreant scientists. Maybe don't lead with that in your negotiations. Maybe keep that as an ace up your sleeve. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm not immediately trusting of you when you walk in the door and say, hey, why don't you help us or we'll kill your guy. That's not your lead. Don't open with that one, Khalid. We have a mission for you. You need to put ransomware on the American service and send us the key. We'll send you further details once this is done. I'm not leaping all over myself to do that, Khalid. I'll think about it. I kind of want to know what's in it for me. See, you've given your side of the negotiations, which is we will kill you. I haven't heard where I benefit out of this. It seems like it's not really working out for me, Khalid, but we'll think about that. What were we doing before I was so rudely interrupted by Khalid and my own wife? Sean Connery, what are you up to again? You're working on recon. Oh, French lady. Yeah, Espoir. You found some scientists, didn't you? Yeah, you got 2 of them here. Oh, I wish I knew which one was the astrophysics one. I kind of wanted to focus on that. We know nothing about you except you're allied to France. We should probably identify you before we figure out how to approach you, because then we'll learn your traits, and we'll figure out what might work best for you, abducting you, seducing you, bribing you, or trying to convert you. Yeah, go ahead and identify this scientist, please. And that's going to take another 2 days. Great. You are working on your thing. You need some orders, Scar. And you're well balanced. You could pretty much do anything. Why don't you also do some scientist locating, please? And that's going to take another 2 days. All right, fantastic. End that turn. See what happens next. Well, we've made a little more progress in the Sigma tech that we are researching, and we've found some scientists in Russia. Good, 3 of them, in fact, specializing in robotics and astrophysics. But that's bumped up the alert level a little bit in Russia. That's fine. And Sean Connery is done with his recon. Great. What could you tell me, if anything, about these scientists? I thought you found 3 scientists. I only see 2. Are you holding back on me? All right, well, go ahead and identify this one. We'll just start working down the line here. That's going to take you a couple of days. Sean Connery, what did you do while you were over here? You have done your recon. So why don't you now try to locate some scientists? And how are we doing over here? You're doing identifying on... Yep, you're on the mission for one more day, and you are locating scientists. Okay, everyone's locating scientists except you, who's trying to identify a scientist. Now, if there is a scientist we can get out of France, we're going to need to exfiltrate them, which can go squirrely really bad. It's probably not going to kill me to send my surveillance drone to France. And actually, you know what? I'm going to send the combat drone to France as well. If she's got to pull a scientist out of France, it would be great if she had all the help she can get. And that drone from America is going to take at least a couple of days to get over there. Okay, get those drones on the way. Let's let a turn go by. What happened? You've got all the intel on, all the intel we need on this scientist who has a very, very long French name, and you are in. That must be finance. I'm not getting a pop-up, but finance. It looks like a finance chart. Research facility is too well protected. I wasn't able to retrieve any intel, and they've been alerted. Okay, so you didn't actually do that well over there. That's unfortunate. Alrighty. Well, what could you do now while you're there? You could try and hack. Actually, they do actually, the Khalid guy does want us to put some ransomware here. We kind of are here. And you're not a slouch in the intelligence department. How about Susan Harris? What should we know about you? Susan, let's investigate her. Maybe we can get some good dirt on a diplomat. I mean, you're not really doing anything else right there. You failed on the whole scientist thing. Why don't you dig up some dirt on Susan? Maybe we can use her later to our advantage. And you are still... Okay, you're ready to go. You've got this person who has a very, very long French name. All right, what do we know? She is a woman, and she prefers women. All right, so if we need to seduce her, we're going to need to send someone of the female persuasion. However, she's chaste. Cares more for her work than for people. So seduction is probably not going to work. She's also incorruptible. Well, not motivated by money. Bribery ain't going to work. And she's misogynistic. She's wary of women. So she's into women, but she's wary of women, and she's chaste anyway, so she doesn't really care about people. Good job we did that, because now we can figure out she's not going to go for bribery, and she ain't going to go for seduction. But she cares a lot about her work. So converting her might work. Or we could just flat out try and abduct her. I don't know if she'd be wicked keen on that. Most people aren't keen on abductions. How about we try, because Espoir is an elite agent. She's pretty good. Give me back to Espoir. What are your traits, actually? What are you good at? You're pacifist. All right, so you probably don't even want to abduct people. Yeah, you refuse to carry out orders that you deem too brutal. That probably would include abduction. You're honest. Oh, less effective at bribery. That's fine. We're not doing that. And you are an exfiltration expert. This is exactly the person I want to try and pull a scientist out of here. Yeah, we know you're elite, and you're an eel, so you'll be even better at exfiltration. And nobody wants to arrest you, so that's keen. Let's try convert. I think this is the most likely thing that's going to work on this scientist. Because seduction and bribery isn't going to do it. Let's see if we can play to her love of her work by trying to convert her. Like, hey, you should come work for us. We'll give you more work things. You can have a better lab or something, or more test tubes. I don't know what it is that you do. But whatever it is, we're going to... just go back to you for a sec. You're on 2 days that's going to take. Okay. What are you up to again? You're doing... Oh, you're identifying that guy. Okay, great. And Tiger, what are you doing? You're locating scientists, and you're already doing a thing. And the drones are on their way. Good. I'd like to see what happens in France. France is the most interesting piece that's being played right now. You, Scar, investigating that diplomat has proved more successful than either of us could have hoped. So you've learned that Susan is ignorant and will believe our propositions are advantageous if you present them in the best possible light. And she's craven. Might agree to your demands if you threaten them. All right. So you're not so high and mighty, are you, Susan? You have intel on Nikolai, and you have... Yeah, you've got all the actionable intel you've got. You found one scientist in robotics. Wow, a lot happened this turn. Japan is currently undertaking a military operation in Rwanda. My tactical drone could strengthen our relationship. So if I send a tactical drone down there, I kind of want to keep the tactical drone in France, guys. Okay, let's go through some moving pieces here. We've got Scar, who dug up all the dirt on Susan Harris. Nothing really we can do with that right now. We're not actually trying to do anything with her. Is there anything else you can do? You can have another bash at locating the scientists. I don't know how that's going to go if we failed once. Why don't you... Do I want to just move you to another country? I don't really. I'd like you to focus here. Why don't you do recon? Maybe we can get a better grasp on finding the scientists if we do some recon. You, remind me, are doing what? You have actually nothing to do. You found Nikolai here. Oh, and you know a lot about Nikolai. He's a genius, skilled in their specialty, which is robotics. We could use that. Misandrous? Wary of men. Chauvinistic, discussing their home country. And corruptible. Their knowledge is worth a lot of money. So it might be an idea to bribe Nikolai. You're wary of men? That's fine. That's fine. I've got a woman trying to bribe you. I think this is going to work out just fine. So let's try and bribe Nikolai to work for us. It's going to take 3 days to bribe him? Can't you just show him some money? That takes like 10 seconds, lady. Okay, fine. We'll do that. Oh, Puppet Master, is that... Yes, convincing foreign scientists to defect to your country. Oh, I think I actually may have sent at least one or two of the right people to do these things. I'm very happy about that. Sean Connery, what are you doing again? You found some scientists. Now we just need to research them. Do we have any idea what their specialties are? Not yet. Okay, identify this one, please. Great, and you're giving me a report in 2 days. You're doing recon. You are, remind me one more time, you're on the mission for another day to try and get this lady. All right. And the drones are on their way to do any exfiltration that we may need to do. Cool. I think that's a reasonably promising start to Sigma theory. We'll pick this up again next time and throw some more agents around, but I'm cautiously optimistic at least about the opening. This could crash and burn very, very quickly, and it probably will. I'm sure there are people who are much better at Sigma theory going, oh my god, how could you have possibly sent that agent to do that thing? That was the silliest thing in the world. But let me know what you guys think of Sigma theory in the comments, please, and we'll pick up some more of it next time. And if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button and see more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.
Johnny, you can shoot a thing 3 times with your pistol now. And I'd like to talk to you about that. I would like to have a discussion with you, Johnny, about shooting something 3 times with your pistol. Specifically, that thing.